Let's look at the present value of a future payment. Would you rather have $10,000 now or $10,000 5 years from now? Why? Well, in general, it's better to have $10,000 now, because if you have $10,000 now, you can put it into an account that pays interest and have more than $10,000 5 years from now. In a sense, that $10,000 5 years from now is worth less than $10,000 now. So how much is that $10,000 5 years from now worth today? Let's consider that question. How much is that $10,000 5 years from now worth today? Assume annual interest is 6% compounded annually. Here's how we'll solve it. How much money would we have to set aside today at 6% annual interest compounded annually in order to have $10,000 5 years from now? This is what we call the present value of that $10,000. We're going to use the formula we've seen before for annual interest compounded annually. If we deposit P into an account which grows at an annual interest rate of R is expressed as a decimal, compounded annually, then after T years we'll have F equals P times 1 plus R to the T. Now in this case, what's F? F is that future amount. F is $10,000. P is what we don't know. We want to know the present value of that $10,000. We want to know how much we'd have to set aside today in order to have $10,000 in the future. So that we don't know. R is the interest rate expressed as a decimal, that's 0.06. T is the number of years, and that's 5. So we plug all of this into the formula, F equals P times 1 plus R to the T, and here's what we get. 10,000 equals P times 1 plus 0.06 to the 5th. We divide both sides by 1 plus 0.06 to the 5th, and we end up with P equals 10,000 divided by 1 plus 0.06 to the 5th. You can write it like this. Well, that's the way you'd express it if you want to calculate it on your calculator. And the answer turns out to be $7,472.58. That's the present value of that $10,000 5 years from now. In other words, that is what we would have to set aside today in order to have $10,000 5 years from now.